What's going on, lads? What's up? We have some big Tarkov news today. I'm just going to break it down really quick and make it short and digestible for you guys. So here we go. We have a date for seasonal, the 3rd of August, guys. That is Monday, 1 week from today. So the other big news, some details of the reworked quest progression system task lines. BSG have actually dropped quite significant details on that today. So BSG posted this about an hour ago. One of the changes coming to 1.0 in Tarkov is a rework of the side task system. So they're not reworking the story tasks. This is the traditional task system for Kappa, etc, etc. The vast majority of tasks will no longer be organized into chains where each new task unlocks only after completing the previous one. Instead, they will be tied to trader loyalty levels. The prerequisites are less complicated. They're actually simplifying the task system, it seems. At trader level 1, a set of basic tasks will be available. To advance to level 2, you will need to complete several of them. Each new trader loyalty level will unlock a new set of increasingly more challenging tasks. So literally it's just a more simple version of the current traditional task system. The rewards for these will be more focused on cash, unlike the current system where a significant portion of the payout consists of barter items and equipment. Cash instead of barter items and equipment is a good change, because a lot of the time when you complete traditional tasks, you end up getting these wacky rewards that lots of people don't use. Either they don't use them or just sell them. Most of the time you like out level the gear that you will get rewarded for certain tasks as well. Very, very common. Most trade offers will become available immediately upon reaching a new loyalty level with a trader without being tied to a specific task. For example, the Tri-Zip bag will unlock at Ragman loyalty level 3 and the DevTac Ronin helmet mechanic loyalty level 2. So a lot of the time, guys, you would have to complete like maybe Punisher quest line for a specific ammo type, etc, etc. So they're simplifying the unlock requirements for equipment, which this is actually kind of a good change as well. Now some hardcore players won't agree with this and see this as like a casualization change, and you might be right, but I'll talk about that now in a minute. Some tasks will remain exceptions to this new system and will continue to unlock in chains regardless of loyalty level. Rewards for these tasks will include especially rare trade offers or crafts. So there will still be certain items that are still locked behind specific tasks, basically. The key rewards from such task chains will be displayed as soon as you accept the first task. This will allow players to see in advance what they can ultimately earn. There's this, like, Tarkov's very convoluted in terms of quest lines and how to unlock specific things. The main goal of these changes is to make progression less linear and less dependent on specific tasks, providing more ways to gain access to useful items. I've got 9.5k hours, recently finished solo savior playthrough of Tarkov 1.0. I think these changes are good, and I will explain why I believe this, everybody. I believe that BSG are trying to bridge the gap between PvP and PvE. Seasonal seems to be a move in a slightly more casual direction than 1.0 and traditional Tarkov. So these changes are actually more casual changes, and they are kind of softening the game a little bit with these changes and making things like a little bit more accessible for a wider player base. But you have to bear in mind, guys, seasonal character is PvP exclusive, so there is no PvE seasonal character. So BSG are making this a little bit more accessible because the PvE player base is more casual than PvP. PvP is harder, guys, for obvious reasons. Cheaters, rats, that's the usual thing. There are some bad people on the internet who camp in this video game. Terrible people. But yeah, overall I think that these are good changes, and it does look promising for seasonal, and I hope that it's a lot of fun. Outside of that, we did have some more changes. Notable changes: availability and equipment in the early stages of progression. Many entry-level ammo types will become available much earlier. T45 M1 is actually really good ammo. I've done, like, I would literally say definitely hundreds of raids, if not thousands of raids, with T45 M1 as my borderline main ammo type in the SVT. throughout the course of like 2 to 3 wipes. Having this available from Prapor at the start of the game is kind of crazy. I think there probably will be some balancing issues. Like, this will make certain other ammo types obsolete. Depends on the availability and the trader resets on cooldown, etc, etc. The character level requirements for early loyalty levels will be reduced, and the trade volume requirement will be removed entirely. Okay, never mind. Okay, so the volume requirement is removed entirely, so you can just buy it. You can just buy infinite amounts of it, I assume. Early hideout development is also being streamlined, with construction times for initial modules getting reduced. Also, there will be less dependencies on other modules of found in raid items. So they're just making hideout development easier all around. The issue I have is, like, if it's a 6-month wipe and all of the requirements, like, the game is essentially shorter and easier. I don't think the wipe needs to be 6 months long. I think it probably should be 3 months long at the longest, to be honest. As we've previously mentioned, insurance will be unavailable in Cord Breach season, but it will become more convenient in PvP and PvE zones. Insured items will be returned more quickly, though the cost will increase slightly. In addition, Jaeger will now offer his own insurance service. While significantly more expensive, it will return the lost items in just a couple of hours. These changes will make character progression smoother, allowing players to spend more time on active gameplay and pursuing long-term goals. So here's what the traditional task system looks like in Tarkov. All the quests are like tied together, and you've got some very important quests in here with some big unlocks. Basically, in seasonal, this is all going to change. You won't have to have like all of the prerequisites for each task. This does make the game more accessible and simple, and it also means that there will be less of a focus on legacy knowledge. So a lot of seasoned veteran Tarkov players have this entire quest line and every requirement memorized, to the point that they speedrun the game and they're already picking up their wires and whatever else found in raid items for tasks that they might have like way down the line. Ragman has a couple, like the Blood of War and stuff. Living high is not a crime. So like, veteran players have this shit memorized. Those people get ahead, and when you have a ton of veterans really far ahead with a lot of in-game advantages, it can actually hurt the growth of the game as well, because Tarkov's such a brutal game. It's not a balanced game. You do get actual statistical huge advantages based on your progression, and obviously if you have 10 years of experience and you have all of this memorized, with every item memorized, and you have like an Excel document of everything that you need going forward in a wipe over the course of hundreds of raids, how would casuals really fit into that space? So BSG are reworking all of this to make the game more accessible for everybody. And hopefully, guys, hopefully some of you PvE guys will consider coming over and playing some seasonal, because it looks like it's going to be really good. It's not going to be as hardcore as 1.0, but I'm definitely very hopeful for it. Anyways, guys, that's just about it. That's all I have to say on this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please make sure to follow me on Twitch as well. Link is on screen now down here, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. GG's. Peace.